Honourable members, order.
Mr. Speaker, when you addressed me, Togbi, you reminded me of my grandpa. You know, when we were young in Nyokonope, he had this song. It just struck me. I don't know whether you remember that song. Nyong lonely mele jeta, jeta nyela wo fiade. Nyelawo lawo side, o ma loho, o ma loho, o ma loho, o ma lohe, o ma loho. Nyong lolin male jeta, jeta nyelawo fiade, nyelawo lawo side, o ma loho. Mr. Speaker, colleagues, Honorable Majority Leader, today is our turn, the minority, to conclude our side of the debate and arise to fulfill two solemn duties. First, to expose the glaring falsehoods in Honorable Atuforsen's spreadsheet, a document riddled with misleading figures designed to obscure the truth. Second, to give voice to the millions of Ghanaians who have been betrayed by broken promises and abandoned dreams. 7 months ago, this government pledged a new beginning, a reset for our nation. Yet what have the people received? Not renewal, but ruin. Not progress, but economic wreckage, dressed in empty rhetoric. And so, Mr. Speaker, I stand here to speak the truth to power, to a government that has lost its moral compass, deserted its commitments, and systematically broken the trust of 33 million citizens. The evidence is undeniable, and this is not merely a government in crisis. It is a government in collapse, because it is not facing the truth. Mr. Speaker, the mid-year budget review before us reads like a confession of failure. As my colleagues before me have copiously pointed out, behind every projection lies a story of incompetence. Behind every statistics, we find reality of a nation bleeding from self-inflicted wounds. Mr. Speaker, while the Bank of Ghana announces fairy tale exchange rates, businesses desperate for foreign currency cannot access a single dollar from our banking system. They are forced into the shadows of black markets where reality bears no resemblance to government fiction. This artificial exchange rate manipulation has crippled legitimate importers, destroyed business confidence, and turn our economy into a house of cards. The minister proudly reports custom revenue shortfall of 1.6 billion, blaming smuggling. But Mr. Speaker, you cannot collect revenue on goods that are never imported because businesses cannot access foreign exchange to finance legitimate trade. This government has created an economic environment where legal commerce becomes impossible while illegal activities flourish. Perhaps the most damning indictment lies in their own projections. They say they are competent. This government inherited an economy growing at 5.7% and now projects 4% growth. How does competence deliver the 1.7 percentage point decline? How does change deliver this regression? Mr. Speaker, when a government inherits economic momentum and kills it in 7 months, You have not just failed, you have sabotaged the future of the country. When the minister declares, quote, "I am not asking for additional money," unquote, he confesses that the government has no ideas, no vision, no capacity to accelerate growth. They are undertakers disguised as economists, managing Ghana's economic funeral while calling it fiscal policy. Mr. Speaker, let me remind this House of what Ghana once had and what these self-proclaimed apostles of reset have systematically destroyed. We built robust diplomatic relations with strategic partners at the United States, strengthening Ghana's position in the global market. The apostles of reset have assassinated these partnerships with reckless, undiplomatic utterances that are gradually making Ghana a pariah in international circles. We initiated a transformational 1D1F to create jobs, to boost local production across every corner of Ghana. The apostles of reset have murdered this industrial revolution and condemned these initiatives to economic stagnation. We launched the Agenda 111 hospitals to heal our people and create a foundation for medical tourism. The apostles of reset have killed this health infrastructure expansion, leaving communities without hope for quality health care. Mr. Speaker, we pioneered planting for food and jobs to feed our people, to ensure food security and create agricultural wealth. The so-called apostles of reset have slaughtered this agricultural transformation, leaving farmers abandoned and food security compromised. All they know is a gold board, gold board, gold board to promote galamsey. And it came without doubt that on May Day, organized labor, without relenting, boldly confronted this issue and questioned the government's commitment in dealing with galamsey. Organized labor, speaking through its Secretary General, said that galamsey within the first 5 months of the NDC administration has worsened. The NDC has not questioned. Mr. Speaker, recently we had the Catholic Bishops' Conference also coming out with a strongly worded statement pointing to the worsening galamsey situation, all because the government has now legitimatized the galamsey menace, and Gold Board is now buying and encouraging people to pursue galamsey. Mr. Speaker, without doubt, we also established rigorous prosecution to recover stolen national resources and reinvest recovered funds into national development. Today, what do we see? The government is now using nolle prosequa to protect its financiers, and they are rather persecuting NDC, MPP appointees. Mr. Speaker, with 30% of youth unemployed, this government has allocated only 0.5 billion to create jobs, a pittance that insults 3 million unemployed young Ghanaians. When young people have no stake in the legitimacy of the economy, they become recruits for criminal gangs and illegal mining operations. There is a direct correlation between this government failure to create jobs and the unprecedented insecurity plaguing our nation. Every unemployed youth represents not just wasted potential, but a security threat born of economic neglect. Mr. Speaker, over 1,500 Ghanaians, the reports have it, have perished on our roads since January to date. The Kumasi Highway has become a graveyard because this government refuses to pay contractors. Mr. Speaker, even ministries, the allocations have not been released. How much more contractors? None of the ministers can boldly say on record that he or she has received releases. Mr. Speaker, every pothole represents lost productivity. Every death on our highways bears this government's fingerprint. The contractors must be paid and paid now. Mr. Speaker, perhaps let me remind the NDC that long before they assumed office in 2009, and long after they had lost power in 2000, the 8 years of the Kufuor administration, establish the following social intervention programs that are still part of the governance of the country. These were the legacies of President John Agyekum Kufuor. 1, the school feeding. 2, the capitation grant. 3, the NHIS that the NDC shamelessly boycotted the passage of the law. 4, the LEAP. 5, free maternal care and free busing for pupils, and established the Metro Mass Transit System, which became known as the Kufuor Bus. Mr. Speaker, today, we see the NDC, 7 months in office. They have not come out with any productive social intervention program to give hope to the Ghanaian people. We therefore demand that they restore economic sanity through transparent foreign exchange auctions, expand the gold for oil reserve program, eliminate artificial exchange rate manipulation. We also demand of them, through their trade ministry, that they should reinstate the 1D1F program to create opportunity for businesses. The Agenda 111 hospitals, they have to continue to let these hospitals be completed. And again, instead of relying on galamsey activity as a way of growing the economy, they should restore agricultural transformation. Mr. Speaker, government must also strengthen diplomatic relations with strategic partners, restore impartial justice, pay contractors promptly, and create safe environment for business and investment. Mr. Speaker, I need to repeat here, illegal mining is going on and it's affecting our nation. The time has come for this government to rise to the occasion and walk the talk and protect our environment. Mr. Speaker, we, the minority, have a duty to set the record straight, and we will systematically dismantle the misleading claims and omissions in the minister's presentation. Using facts and historical context, we will demonstrate how many of their touted achievements in the last 6 months are either continuation of the policies laid down by the previous NPP administration or simply unearned credit claimed by the new government. We cannot allow false narrative to take root. Ghanaians deserve the truth about our fiscal health, inflation trends, currency stability, employment situation, social programs, debt management, and taxation policies. I need to remind them that upon assuming office, a directive was issued by the Chief of Staff, which directive led to thousands of jobs being lost. Many Ghanaian youth who had been employed were sacked, and an attempt to raise the matter on this House floor was resisted by the majority. Mr. Speaker, let us be clear. The story of Ghana from 2017 to 2024 was one of significant progress. And though tough decisions had to be taken amidst global and domestic challenges, we all saw that within half a year, this NDC, blaming the MPP for all economic woes, yet taking credit for the groundwork laid before. Mr. Speaker, we will address major claim in 10, exposing again the inconsistency, highlighting the true drivers of Ghana's recent economic development. Mr. Speaker, the mid-year review attempt to paint the former MPP government as fiscally reckless, citing, quote, balloon deficit, unquote, arrears of 6 billion in unpaid bills and 194 billion in contract commitment. Yet, yes, Ghana's deficit did spike in 2020, we admit, but context matters. Context matters. A global pandemic forced emergency expenditures and a banking sector cleanup to protect millions of depositors. These were extraordinary interventions, not wanton profligacy. If that money that today you claim is 60-40 had not been pursued, where would Ghana be? You mess up the economy, you mess up the banking sector. The billions that went to your financiers that you couldn't take steps to protect. Today, you claim that we messed the economy. The evidence is there, and you've exposed yourself, 60-40 is what you are called on the street of Accra. 60-40. 60-40 is your new name. 60-40. Give me 60, take 40. That is your new name.